Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss the new and important topic from the organic chemistry paper, that is known as stereochemistry. In this topic we are going to study the points such as how to write the formula for using dotted wedge, then Fisher projection formula, then also by using this canonical formulae into its Sabor's projection formulae, along with this Newman projection formula. And in this Newman projection formula we are going to stress on the 2 points: how to write the eclipse structure and how to write the staggered structure for the which degree of compounds, that is alkane type of compounds. So first of all we will discuss about its stereochemistry mainly. Okay. Now see here, first what is meant by stereochemistry? Stereochemistry deals with spatial arrangement of atoms or groups in a molecule which influence its properties. Okay. What is the meaning of this stereochemistry? That is, stereochemistry deals with the spatial arrangement of atoms or groups in a molecule which influence its properties. The stereoisomers. In a stereochemistry, what is dealing with this? The stereoisomers. In this stereoisomers, they are along with the directions of a bond angle without changing their bond length. How to draw? How without changing the bond length? Without changing the bond angle, how to draw? This is we have to study it. Okay. Now, by considering first one, it is a molecule. Okay, consisting of a CC axis. Now this axis is well projected in such a way that is the bond between C and C is what? That is a sigma bond. And when sigma bond is symmetric about its axis, it can changing its position of a bond without changing its bond length and without changing its bond order. But when this sigma bond, whatever may be the carbon-carbon bond having the constituent other atoms, for example X, Y and Z, if these are attached to that particular carbon atom, what happens? When the rotation of this carbon atom, here which carbon atom? This carbon atom, which is axially bonded to another carbon atom, that is this bond is known as a sigma bond. While rotating about its axis, there is a changing of a directions of this X, this Y and this Z. Now the question is arises, how it is rotated? For that purpose, we have to first classify the stereochemistry of the stereoisomers. Actually, stereochemistry of the stereoisomers are the isomers which having the same formula and their different arrangement in 3-dimensional space in order to doesn't change their bond length, their bond angles and their bond strength. Okay. Now we have to classify the stereoisomers as follows. See here. Classification. Stereoisomers are classified as 3 types. First is geometrical isomerism. Okay. Second is about optical isomerism. And third is about conformational isomerism. Okay. Now you can realize that that is in last lecture. You are familiar with this, the geometrical isomerism and optical isomerism. Okay, geometrical isomerism is seen in the compounds containing carbon-carbon double bond. Optical isomerism, it is also we have seen in alkanes. Okay, now in alkanes also given compound is optically active or not by using the certain characteristics. But in this topic, in today's lecture, we are going to discuss the third type of stereoisomerism, that is called as conformational isomerism. Now the question arises, what is meant by the conformational isomerism? See here. The conformational isomerism, as far as it is concerned, the isomerism definition is like this. Isomerism in which molecules have same molecular formula but differ in their spatial arrangement, of atoms, groups or molecules in three-dimensional work so as to not alter their all properties. Okay, that isomerism is known as, that is the conformational isomerism. Got it? What is meant by this conformational isomerism? That is the isomers in which molecules have the same molecular formula but differ in the spatial arrangement of atoms but in three-dimensional work so as to do not alter their all properties such as bond length, then bond angle, bond between C and C, orientation of the groups along with a single bond. Okay, as far as these properties do not change, that isomerism is known as the conformational isomerism. We have to see in this lecture this conformational isomerism in case of a alkanes only. Okay, now for that purpose we have to first know, or we have to first understand how to write the conformational isomerism diagrammatic representation. For this, these conformers are written in two ways. First, basically written in two ways. Which are the two ways? First is dotted line Wedge formula, and second is about Fisher projection formula. Fisher projection formula. Okay. Now one by one we have to understand here what is, how to write dotted line wedge formula and how to write Fisher projection formula. For that purpose there are two specific ways. You have to understand this. In dotted line wedge formula, we have to use two types of special bonds in the structure. For example, suppose this is the structure, this is the C, it is a carbon, this is A, this is B, this is C, and this is of B, C, B. Okay, now this is a solid bond, already you know, this is a solid line, represents solid bond, simple bond. Now this is about the dotted line bond. Okay, this bond is known as the wedge-shaped bond. This type of bond, it is called as wedge-shaped bond. Wedge-shaped bond. Okay. How many bonds are here? Just here. Now here three types of bonds here. In this dotted line wedge-shaped formula, we have to use these two types of bonds. This is one and this is a second. These two types of bonds come under the dotted line wedge formula. Wedge formula type bonds. Okay. Now, how to write these bonds here? First is, suppose we are taking the example. For example, suppose this is a compound CH3 COH. Okay. Then here also this type of bond is known as the dotted line, that is equal to a OH, and this type of bond is known as a wedge bond. Just like this. I am drawing in such a fashion, but this is called as a wedge. This is the example of a which acid? That is a lactic acid. This is the example of a lactic acid. Now, which type of bonds are here? That is, according to our classification, dotted lines. This is a dotted line bond, and this is a wedge-shaped bond. Now, what is its significance? See here. First is dotted line. Now, these are the bonds, that is, formulas are drawn to represent the bond between carbon and other species as which bond this of this, that is away from us, or away from us and out of and behind the plane. Okay, that is this type of bonds. Okay, this type of bonds are present what here? Suppose this is a carbon. Suppose this is a carbon here, this type of bond, and this type of bond. If this type of bonds is represented at the back side, when the bond is situated at the back side, that bond is called as a dotted line bond. That is the bond between the other species as a away from us. This bond is from the away from us, and which is of the which, that is behind the plane. Therefore, this is the plane and this is of the behind the plane. That is, this is away from the plane. Okay, not a towards from the plane. Now, second type of bonds, that is known as this type of bond. This is called as a wedge-shaped bond. Which bond? This is called as wedge shape. When the bond is drawn towards us, that is present in the plane, here the bond which is towards us, that is like this. Suppose this is a carbon atom. Here I am writing here as, that is, this is the center. Two chalks are made at the point. This is called as a carbon atom. These bonds, suppose this is the lower bond, is known as is towards us, that is called as a wedge-shaped bond. And that bond is present in the plane, not the out of the plane. This is in the plane and this is out of the plane. That is प्लेनच्या आतमध्ये आणि हा आहे प्लेनच्या कुठं बाहेर आहे. Okay, now in order to understand these bonds, when the bonds are present totally behind of ourselves, that cannot be shown to us without changing our position, that bond is called as, that is the wedge, that bond is called as a dotted line. And the bonds towards us, that is present in the plane of the paper, that is bond is called as a wedge-shaped bonds. Okay, I am taking the example of this lactic acid as here. See here. First is CH3 this is called as a parallel carbon atom. Okay, then COOH. Okay, here add OH. This is OH, and this type of bond is called as, in this category, is called as H. Now this bond is called as a dotted line bond, and this bond is called as a other what? That is a wedge shape. Now considering its feature, its mirror image, what kind of change is here? That is CH3 as it is here, then COH. Okay, then also what happens here? That is these bonds are converted in this fashion here, and these bonds are converted into this type of bonds. Okay, now the structure 1 and the structure 2, these two are enantiomers of each other. These two structures are known as the enantiomers of each other. Okay, try to understand this. Again I am repeating this. This bond is on this one solitary bond. This is a what? That is dotted line, and this is a wedge shape. This is a wedge, and this is a dotted line. Okay, now we go for the another criteria, how to write the Savar's and Newman projection formula. See here. Savar's and Newman projection formula. Okay. First we are going to discuss this Savar's. For this Savar's formula, you can take the example of the ethane. What is the formula for ethane? That is C2H6. How it is represented as CH3 bond CH3. Again it can be simplified as CH3, here also CH3. Got it? All of you understand this? Okay. Now how to write this Savar's? By writing or by projecting this Savar's formula to the simple alkane, first we have to draw the projection line in this way. Okay. Now in this projection line, okay, there are two ends. First, that is this is called as lower end, and this is called as the upper end. Upper end. Now suppose that these two carbon atoms numbering as a 1 and 2, this bond is known as the projection. It is this bond. And suppose we are situated as a C, and here C. It is called as a 1. This is called as a 1, and this is called as a second carbon atom. Okay. Now what happens? This lower end is called as, or lower end belongs to that carbon atom that is called as a C1 carbon atom. It is called as a rear carbon atom. Rear carbon atom. The carbon atom, while projections is drawn according to Savar's projection formula, the lower end denotes whatever may be the carbon atom, that carbon atom is called as a rear carbon atom. Okay. Now here, sorry, this is called as, first is, this is called as, lower end is called as, that is the front carbon atom. Okay. And second one, this carbon atom is called as a rear carbon atom. Okay. Now this C1, that is the lower end is called as a C1 carbon atom. Suppose this is a C1 carbon atom, and this carbon atom is called as a front carbon atom. Front carbon atom, and C2 carbon is called as a rear carbon atom, and it is called as a back carbon atom. Back carbon atom. This is the front, and totally behind this C2 carbon atom can be represented. In Savar's formula, there are again two types. I am drawing in Newman's formula. Okay, which are the two types? When when the two groups which are in front of each other or which are located at the no distance. I am writing here as a inverted Y, simple Y, like this fashion. We have to just first express the another term known as, first is eclipse the structure. Eclipse the structure, and second is about staggered structure. Staggered structure. By writing this Savar's projection formula, first we have to understand this eclipse structure and then staggered structure. Now what is meant by eclipse structure? See here. In eclipse structure, what happens here? That is, the front carbon atom, the front and back carbon atoms attached behind each other, and the groups or bonds attached to them are situated at very nearer to each other, in a similar plane, single plane. Okay, what is the definition? That is, what is meant by the eclipse structure here? That is, the front and the back carbon atom which are attached to each other behind each other, and the groups or bonds attached to them, they are situated at very nearer to each other. That is, the bonds or groups whatever may be attached to front and back carbon atoms, their distance may be nearer to each other. They are situated in a similar single plane. Okay. Now, what is the definition of staggered? See here. In staggered, the atoms or groups attached to front and rear carbon atom to each other, located at longer distance to each other in a different plane. Okay, what is the definition here? In staggered, that is, atoms or groups whatever may be situated or attached in the front or rear carbon atoms of each other, they are located at a longer distance. In eclipse, there is a nearer distance, and in a similar plane, it is of a different plane. Okay, and again repeating this in a differential manner as it is here. So far, you have to understand it is in very clear way. That is, first it is in eclipse, and second is in staggered. In eclipse, atoms or groups situated at nearer to each other of front and back carbon atom and back carbon atoms. Here atoms or groups attached to each other of front and back carbon atom at longer distance. Okay, here same plane, they are situated in same plane and they are situated in different planes. Okay, now how it is simple to draw the Savart's and Newman projection formulae. See here. First, we have to consider in the example of a Savart's here, and here in this as a eclipse form. Here, this is a bond between C and C. Here, structure of ethane is CH3 bond CH3 here first, and this is the second. Okay. Now, this is called as a front carbon atom. It's called as a rear. This is called a rear carbon atom. This is called as a front. Now you have to draw the bonds attached with a hydrogen atom. How many hydrogens are here? 3 hydrogens are here. Now 3 hydrogens you can situate on this front carbon atom in such a way that is there is a appearance of a English letter like a Y. Like here, and this is a H A, H B and H C. This is of a carbon atom, okay, of C. Now what happens here? You have to draw these atoms in such a way that is here first. This is a carbon atom bond. This is H A H. Sorry, here H A H B and H C. Okay. Now thus these two atoms or groups are situated as in a similar plane and lie at a nearer distance to each other. This is the way of representing the eclipse structure in a Savart's fashion. Now what is the eclipse? According to Newman's projection formula, here in eclipse you have to use, instead of this front carbon atom and rear carbon atom, as a dot and circle. For front carbon atom, here I am writing here as, that is front carbon atom you have to use a dot, and rear carbon atom you have to use the circle. And thus you can draw the other types of the bonds located on this circle as a front carbon atom and circle as a back carbon atom or rear carbon. In eclipse fashion, first this is a front carbon atom. You have to draw the bonds like these fashions, that is on this fashion. Here over this dot you have to draw the circle here. This is the C1, this is called as a C2. Okay, the bonds attached to here HA, HB, HC. Here HA, HB and HC. Now in order to draw the bonds attached to the rear carbon atom of C2, okay, which bonds are front to each other? HB, HB. Therefore you can draw it as a HA here on, in eclipse fashion here, HA, on here HB and on here HC. Okay, thus this is the representation of a ethane in first is Savart's fashion, second is Newman projection formula like this. Don't remember, this is called as a front carbon atom. And this is called as a rear carbon atom. rear carbon atom. Okay. Now, in order to draw the second type of structure, which is when the staggered structure is, we have to draw it. In staggered structure, what is the difference in here or here? See here. In staggered structure, the bonds situated to rear and front carbon atoms are situated at longer distance. Suppose this is a C2 and this is of the bonds which are located on this fashion. Okay. Now, here HB, here HA, okay, and here HC. Now the distance between this HA, HB and HC are in the different plane. This is of in upper plane, this is of a lower plane. This is of a lower plane, this is of a upper plane. Therefore, these are situated in a different plane. Now here also, in order to draw the Newman projection formula, first thing is what? That is front carbon atom is denoted by using the dot, front carbon atom, and rear carbon atom is denoted by the circle. Now in drawing this type of structures, we have to first locate this type of letter Y. It is the front carbon. Okay. Over this, you have to draw the bond, the circle of denoting a rear carbon atom. This is a rear carbon atom. This is of HA, HB and HC. Now this letter comprises of a English letter like Y. Now you have to invert this letter as here. That is of this 1, 2 and here 3. Okay. This is of a H, B, okay, then H, A and H, C. Okay, like this fashion you have to draw here, and this structure is called as staggered structure. Staggered structure. Okay, that is when atoms or groups which are attached to front carbon atom and rear carbon atoms are located at farthest or longer distance to each other and located in a different plane are called as the staggered structures. Got it? Now we have to consider its bond angles. For eclipse here, I am just reminding this. For eclipse structure, the bond angles are considered 0 degrees, 60 degrees, then 0, 60, then 120 and then 180 degrees. Sorry, 124 degrees. Okay. Now, for staggered structures, that is equal to 60 degrees, then 180 degrees, okay, then 300 degrees, okay. Now, by considering 60, 180, 300 and then that is the next one. Now, this point of study we are going to discuss in the next lecture. I hope that all of you understand how to draw the Newman projection formulae along with Savers formulae, dotted line based formulae, then also Fisher projection formulae, interconversion of Fisher projection formulae we have to see in the next lecture. Thus, we have here completed the first point, that is how to represent the conformers in a conformational isomerism. Thank you.